Okay, so I guess I'm online now. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we are online. I just get the sign where we are. Yes. A very warm welcome to every single one of you who is watching now and who dialed into this conference. I'm very happy to be together with you in the next couple of minutes, and I will try to answer all the questions that you might have concerning the Search Inside Yourself program. Yeah, great. It's also nice to see some familiar names on the list. So yeah, I would suggest that maybe we are not all here right now. Usually it takes some minutes until everyone dialed in and overcame some last problems with the technical things. So I would say just maybe wait some more 1 or 2 minutes. In the meantime, let me quickly check if you can hear me. If you can hear me clearly, could you write in the chat box something like yes or hello or something? Oh, okay. That's good news. Okay, that's good news. So obviously you can hear me, so this works out nice. So very, very good. Good. Okay. So yeah, and maybe you can also use the time until we really start. If you write your questions into the chat box, maybe you have some very clear questions that you would like to have answers on. Just type it in the chat box now, so I can see. Then maybe we take some together, and I can see if I can take them all. Just write if you have some questions. Okay, so I don't see any questions coming in now, but I guess you have some. At least we received some questions beforehand. You emailed some of them to us, and of course we have them at hand, and maybe then we might follow these questions and answer them, and I hope they are your questions and you get the answer that you might need. Yeah, so there are slowly some questions come in. That's great. Good. Okay. So I think don't want to let you wait any longer, and we start. So again, a warm welcome from my side to this webinar. We set this up just to be there for all the questions you might have, and the objective is that you walk away later and that you have all the answers you need, maybe to prepare for the workshop, or maybe answers that you need in order to be sure that you want to register or not. We know some of you registered already and some of you didn't, so I hope this Q&A session will make your decision much more easier. Yeah. So, and now it's at the end of an evening of a day that might have been very, very busy for many of you. So I would suggest that we start with a little mindfulness exercise instead of just jumping right into all the questions and answers. So maybe to take some time to collect ourselves, to stop, and to make sure that we are really, really present here. And I suggest that we do that with a very simple practice that you can try. We will do a lot more practices during the workshop, but now, just for now, to arrive here safely, a simple practice. And it works like this. So I'm going to invite you to, in just a moment, to turn your attention to your breath. And as you breathe in, just silently in your mind, say the words breathing in. And as you breathe out, say in your mind the words breathing out, just silently to yourself. And this is going to help us bring full attention to our breath as it is happening in the present moment. Okay? Everyone ready to give this a try? Okay, so we will do this for about 1 minute, not longer. And I'm just going to invite you again simply to say to yourselves, breathing in and breathing out as you breathe in and as you breathe out. So if you like, you may close your eyes. You will get out more of it if you do, but you can also keep them slightly open without focusing anything. Just turn your intention to yourself. So let's begin. So everyone silently for himself or herself. Breathing in when you breathe in. Silently to yourself, breathing out when you breathe out. Okay, and then prepare to finish this exercise. Let's all close with one more breathing in, breathing out. All right, thanks for joining me for this mindfulness exercise, for taking a little moment just to be fully present and not arriving here only with our bodies, but only also with our minds and hearts. Yes, I'm curious if anyone would like to type into the chat box how you feel after that minute of bringing your mind and body to the same place. Maybe just one word. How are you feeling right now after this exercise? Very relaxed. Okay. Okay. Also relaxed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's good if you were able to relax a little bit. And as we might see later, relaxation is one side effect that comes very quickly when we do a mindfulness exercise. And we will also see that it goes much beyond, and mindfulness is much more than a relaxation technique. It's a side effect, and we can, of course, already enjoy the side effect. Okay, I feel grounded and calm and happy. Good, very nice. So that's a good ground to start into our Q&A. Yes. Maybe I'd like to start with the very first question. I guess it was a good question to give you an overview about the program. And somebody asked, Christina asked, there are so many mindfulness programs. What is really special about Search Inside Yourself? And that's really a great question, interesting question. And I think there are many, many answers to that even. Of course, as you might know, the first thing is that Search Inside Yourself was developed at Google in Menlo Park in California some years ago in 2007. And it has been developed and practiced and delivered there ever since. And it's one of Google's most renowned programs and most successful programs. And maybe you are interested a little bit in the history. I think it's also special. As you know, at Google, people who work there, they are allowed to use 20% of their time to work on innovative things. And there was one engineer, Chedman Tang, and he decided to come up with a mindfulness program for Google because he was practicing for himself. And he said, well, this is so special. I want to bring this to everyone within Google. And as you know, in California, there are many people doing research there. And what he did is he brought thought leaders together, thought leaders in mindfulness, also thought leaders in scientific research on neuroscience, especially, and thought leaders on emotional intelligence. And these three people came together, and also they created together this Search Inside Yourself. And these three things are also another specialty, what we call the secret sauce of Search Inside Yourself. So it's on one hand, you learn to practice a lot of mindfulness techniques. Some techniques that you do sitting, take some time, but also many, many techniques that you can do in the office. So it was a great achievement that they managed to make very complex meditations, mindfulness exercises, very, very simple, and they made them business fit so that we now can practice them in the offices, at home, wherever. So, and we do that in a very light way. The second thing is that Search Inside Yourself is fully based on neuroscience. So we're always watching the research that is done on this, and we are always bringing it to the program and building the program on it. So this is the second ingredient of the secret sauce, is the neuroscience. And the third thing is emotional intelligence. And I think not many other mindfulness programs do that. So we do this combination because these guys at Google, they found out that mindfulness practices is a great way to start developing your emotional intelligence. And maybe you know Daniel Goleman, who did a lot of work on that and made this popular. And we know today that, of course, you need a high EQ and a lot of training, technical skills to maybe get your first job when you enter an organization. But then very, very soon, if you want to make a career within an organization, you need a lot of emotional intelligence. So the IQ is only kind of the threshold to get into an organization. And so we do this combination. We use mindfulness practices in order to boost your emotional intelligence. So it's about self-awareness. It's about how to be in contact with your emotions. It's about how to regulate emotions. It's about keeping up a high motivation. And of course, it's about dealing with other people and leadership. So, and many other things come to my mind if you ask what is special. I guess what is special is the facilitators also. So all the trained facilitators, like the ones you will meet in Zurich, and I'm one of them, they are all people who made a career in business, or maybe are still working in business. Like me, I'm still head of management development at Switzerland's biggest energy supplier. So we have that, and we have a long, long history of own practice in mindfulness. So everyone did more than 2,000 hours of meditation. So we really know what this means. We know what people are feeling when they start practicing meditation, so that we can really give good advice and be of good help. So I think these are already some points where what makes Search Inside Yourself really special. I can see if my list, there are so many things. If I forget to tell you something about the specialties. Yeah, but I guess that's mostly it. And of course, we invite you to find out for yourself what makes this so special. I guess for me, it was also very important that I knew this program is so successful and so tried and tested. So kind of I don't do a big experience or don't do a big risk when I register for Search Inside Yourself, because so many other people did that before. So it's now delivered across the world, and we have some 1,000 people who already graduated from the Search Inside Yourself course. So hopefully this gives you a little bit an idea about the look and feel and also about the contents of Search Inside Yourself. Yeah, so maybe it would fit if I continue with the question that I saw above. We have very mixed questions. Some are more on the content, some are also addressed to simple logistics, and of course I will also come to these questions. So one question was, can you tell me how exactly will I profit from the course? So what can you guarantee that I can walk away with? Yeah, and this question is also very interesting and not so easy to answer. And why is that? I think if you visit a Search Inside Yourself course, it's something like embarking on a discovery journey. So, and we do not know exactly what you will find. We can tell you what other people found and what we are heading for that you can find it. But it's like a joint venture between us as facilitators, so between the program and you as the recipients and as you who do the practice and hopefully develop a stable practice afterwards. So it depends on you, it depends on us. We do the best we can. So basically, I sometimes say search inside yourself and what it does and what the results are. It's like a Swiss Army knife. So a Swiss Army knife has a lot of things you can do with it and you can profit from. So basically one thing is leadership. So if you come to this course before because you are a leader within an organization, then what you can do is really work on your leadership skills and you can grow and develop as a leader. And for leadership, we use a definition, a very broad definition, but a definition like all thought leaders on leadership use today. So for us, a leader is somebody who has to influence other people. It's about influencing. And I think that at the moment, mostly single one of us has to be a very good influencer in order to be successful, because we have many people we have to deal with in order to be successful. So it helps you to be a better influencer. This is one thing. The second thing is about performance. So yes, I guess we can say we have some tests on it, some data on it that we can say Search Inside Yourself course helps you to perform better. And what does this mean? It means that you grow into your role, and it means that you manage to become clearer, even if in times of uncertainty, in times where you have a lot of things to do every day. You develop more clarity on what is important. You develop more clarity on where are my strengths and where are the areas where I could develop. And you know how to, you also learn how to deal with strong emotions. So as you know, sometimes when we are triggered, even in the office, maybe by an incoming email, sometimes we have troubles really regulate our emotions, and we tend to act in a way that is maybe not the best thing to do. So we learn how to regulate our emotions and to deal better with this. And the last area where we think you can expect some results is on your personal well-being, or can I say on your personal happiness. So I guess this is something we really have in common, is that we all want to be happy. We all want to feel well. And sometimes we might think, well, this is not so easy to do. So we have our workload, we have relationships that we are in that are sometimes tough. And sometimes we lose sight of the fact that we are living in plenty of good things, and we have the sense that we are lacking something. We lack time, we lack resources. And one idea and one aim of Search Inside Yourself is that we find our way back to experience our happiness and well-being, so that we love our work again, that we feel happy, and that we know maybe to feel happiness in an instant. So we know exactly what are the sources of happiness and how can we access these sources. So again, I can't say what is in it exactly for you. So it is clear, and I guess, we can say that you will get into contact with yourself much better. So you will sense yourself again, you will be in close contact with you. And this brings you more into contact also with your vision, with your objectives in life, with that what you want to achieve. And we have many participants that say afterwards, well, this was, I kind of don't even dare to say it, but some participants say, this was a life-changing course. I realized I was on the wrong track where I was going, and coming into contact with myself again made it possible for me really to pursue the goals of my life and my career that I really kind of lost sight of. Many people say, my people in my team say, I become a better leader. I'm more calm. I'm more relaxed. And of course, one thing that is tried and tested is that search inside yourself gives a good help in managing your stress. So, as you know, we all experience that, and some of us, if we don't take care for us a lot, we might walk into some health problems, or we might walk into a burnout even. We see that in our company more and more. And that's really something I can say just from the very first moment you will learn how to relax more, even in the eye of a thunderstorm. And it's really a good burnout prevention. So we have many results tested on this. So I can, for example, I can say 89% of participants said, I improved my ability to reduce stress. Or 79% said, I increased my energy level. 91% said, I improved my ability to remain calm, even in difficult situations or when emotions came into play. Yes, and 85% said, I increased my ability to connect with others. So this is about leadership. This is about the interpersonal part. So you see, it's not at all about sitting on a cushion and say, not at all. It's about growing as a personality yourself, and then bringing this into your relationships with your family, with the people you work with your boss, with your team. Yeah. So maybe this gives you some ideas on that. So, and then I guess I have to scroll through the questions a little bit and see which one I can take next. Let me see. Okay, an easy one from Francesca. It's about logistics. Is there any preparation we can do before the course? So generally speaking, no. I would say come as you are. But what I would advise you to do, so you don't have to do pre-readings or anything, but I guess it would be a good preparation when you make sure that for these 2 days, and also for the evenings, so Thursday evening and Friday evening, that maybe you have some time for yourself. So, just that all the impressions and all your learnings from the course can kind of linger on. So that you have some time for yourself to kind of digest all this. And a good preparation would also be that you take care, if you if you work in an organization, that you are not disturbed by emails, phone calls, so that you can really kind of be offline during these 2 days. And maybe also with your family, that your family knows or your partner knows, well, okay, this is some time I would like to have for myself, and really would have time to come into contact with myself. I guess this is a good preparation. Okay, I hope, Franziska, this is a good answer for you. Let me see if there's another question. From Hisa, what is the format of the seminar, e.g. presentations combined with group breakout sessions? Okay, what is the format of the seminar? Okay, we have 2 days together. And yes, we will have presentations. We're working with PowerPoint. We have PowerPoint presentations. We keep the input on the content side quite short. We are 2 facilitators, as you know. We will switch. I guess this is also nice for the audience. So not much front loading, not much music from the front. We will very, very often really invite you to come together with somebody else. We will mix you throughout the other people, so you can also do some networking and exchange with many, many different people. We don't have not so much group work, so during the 2 days we will stay in one room also, and you will pair up with somebody else, and we have a group work that you come together in 3s or in 4s, but not larger. And of course, we will do a lot of mindfulness exercises. And what we do there, we have exercises that we call dedicated practice. So these are exercises where we really take time, and let's say 10 or 15 minutes, and then we do this meditation. And besides that, we do a lot of what we call micro exercises, little mindfulness exercises where you don't have to sit down, but you can do it during the workshop and also then later at work or at home. So where you don't have to take extra time, that you can do instantly in the moment. Yes. Then what we will also have, we invited 2 yoga teachers from Zurich to come and to make an offer to you as participants. So if we don't know exactly yet, now when they will do that, but we offer this, it's mandatory that they do a 5 or 10 minute yoga session, so that after all this sitting in the 2 days, we can also do something for our body and get into movement. Yeah, I guess this is it about the format. Yeah, so content, a lot of mindfulness exercises, and a lot of exchange between pairs and groups of 3 or 4. Okay. Yes. Okay, Liz, your question next. You said, Liz, I would love to join the course, but I cannot afford it. Is there anything I can do? Yeah. So there is something you could do, and this is that we are offering some tickets for people just like in the same situation like you are. And I can see if I have some more detailed information on this. Yeah, it says here, we have a limited number of scholarships that are made available on a need basis. And you can go to Eventbrite, when you register there on Eventbrite, and there's a form that you can fill out and make your case and tell us why you would like to get this scholarship. And then we will come back to you with some information and say if this is possible or not. So generally speaking, it's possible, and please admit your form, so we will be happy to help you with this. Okay, what else do I have? Yeah, Taya said, how big of an audience do you expect, or what is the norm? What do you normally do? So, Search Inside Yourself is actually made for larger audiences. So we will have at least 20 people. We never do it if it's less than 20 people. And as far as I know, because I'm not so much involved in that, at the moment we have around 50 plus participants. And we can go up to 100 if there are so many people who would love to join. And I guess this sounds a lot. It doesn't really sound very intimate, or that, you know, that we can address individual questions or individual needs. But you will be surprised how the program works to bring really every single one of you in a deep, deep process with yourself. So the large group will give you more the opportunity to do a lot of network and to exchange with a lot of people. And maybe if there are several people from your company, it's also a good thing that you can exchange more personal stuff with somebody you don't know yet. So I've always find it very, very engaging, very lively, and you can trust that you will get answers for individual questions, and that you will be on an intense journey yourself. And everyone will. Everyone will. So let me see if I have another question. Yeah, somebody asked, if I look at my list of questions that were handed in before, what kind... Yeah, Taya, you are welcome. Taya said thank you. You're very, very welcome. So grill me with your questions. This is all I am here for. So there's a question from our list. What kind of people have registered so far? What kind of people? Yeah. And like many times, we have a mix of people, and this makes it so nice teaching to these people. So as this is in English, we have many people from the international community from Zurich. We also have a lot of German-speaking people. So, for example, this makes it possible for you, if you want to do the exercises, the exchange in German, you can always find a buddy to pair up with to do it in German. Yes. Then we have people who come from organizations. For example, from Axpo, where I'm working for, we are coming with some people from our organizations. We have people with leadership responsibility, but that's not necessary, as I explained before. We have men and women. We have women who work at home with their children. So it's a bright mix. We also have coaches who are already working in the field of mindfulness. They are interested in how does Silly do it. So they're also very, very welcome. So really a mix, a nice bunch of flowers and of people. Yes. How can I convince my boss? That's a good question. Yeah. As I said, this program will enhance your convincing skills, your influencing skills. So yeah, so there might be some of you who said, I would like to register, but I want my company to pay for it. How can I convince my boss also to give me this two days for my personal growth? And we know about this, and we have a so-called convince your boss letter that you might use, that will give you some really, really good arguments. And this how to convince my boss, I'm not quite sure. I have to ask my support team in the background. I guess this form, how to convince my boss, so this kind of a real letter to your boss that you can use, I guess it's on our website. Yeah, so our support team says we have a package on the website. You know, we have we will after we finish this Q&A, you will see a slide where you find the address of the of our website again, and go there, and there you find this material. You convince your boss letter. It's SIY, so Search Inside Yourself Switzerland 2070.com. Yeah, we will show that to you later. Okay, so I see another question here, and it is also from the list. It says, is the event, so such and such yourself, also good for people who are already familiar with mindfulness? So maybe you already have established a practice. Maybe you did a course on MBSR, mindfulness-based stress reduction, or you already went to retreats, or you have a practice in Zen meditation or anything else. Should you come? I said, yes, we are happy for everyone who comes. And what I think, I'm a Zen student myself since 10 years now. And what I think is, maybe you want to come because you want to refresh some practice. Sometimes it gets out of sight a little bit. And also what is really special here and what you might profit from is that you can take away so many small little exercises, techniques that you can apply throughout your workday. I guess this is special that all the exercises we use are business fit. So you can practice them throughout the day. And if you are curious about that, yes, this is a good reason to come. And also the combination from mindfulness practices with emotional intelligence, I guess this also is unique. And if you think, well, yes, I would like to know how I can grow and foster my emotional intelligence, then you are really on the right place if you join us. Yeah. Okay, I hope this did convince the one who raised this question. Let me scroll through the chat box if we have anything. Yeah, okay, so Hisa, the question is, in addition to the seminar, so to the 2 days, there is a mention of a 4-week online journey. What does this entail? Yes. So it's really true that Search Inside Yourself is not a 2-day program. Actually, it's a 2-day plus 4 weeks program. So we will have we will be together for the 2 days, two very intensive days. And of course, maybe if you know that it's often we go to a course and then it's great and we have so many ideas what we want to put into practice, and then when we come back home or come back to work, then all this workload comes back to us and we slowly but surely forget. So we want to enhance what we call transfers, of the transfer of what you learned to your daily practice, because this is the important thing, that you develop the daily practice so that also your brain can kind of adopt new strategies. So at the end of day 2, we will pair you up with a buddy. So with somebody else from the course. You can choose which one. And with this buddy, you will stay together for 4 weeks, which means you will stay in contact with this person. So you will have an exchange every week. You can do that by Skype, by phone, or you can even meet. And you will just for 15 minutes, for half an hour, you will exchange, well, okay, how is it going? Could I keep on track? Do I have my daily practice? How do I convince myself every day that I don't have time to do my practice? So, and you can challenge and support each other to really, for a sustainable practice. This is one thing. And also during these 4 weeks, you will get an email from the Search Inside Yourself Leadership Institute. And in this email, you will find some ideas, some tips and tricks about your practice. And you will also get audio files for the meditations that we used on the 2 days. So then you can download them and you can practice with these audio files. And then at the end, a lot of ideas we will email to you how you can stay on track further. And we will inform you about Facebook and LinkedIn groups that we have, where people come together from all over the world and exchange questions and support each other on this ongoing journey. Yeah. So and And after this 4 weeks, of course, if you want, you may stay together with your buddy. So this is the part where where you are in charge. So where it all depends on you then. But what often happens is, like, was the same with me. You start doing it and you start doing small exercises every day, and then it's like an appetizer, and you get more appetite, and your practice becomes more stable. So, and we would like to give you a helping hand with that in the 4 weeks. Okay, hope this makes it a little bit clearer. Yeah, good. So it's also a thing with networking with this buddy. Then we do the Search Inside Yourself program in our company, and we have buddies. They stay together, kind of ever after, and encourage each other further. Good. Another question. You wrote on the website that the program is based on neuroscience. What data is available? Or let's say, can you explain a bit what it means? Yeah, I say it again because I think you don't see it. You wrote on the website that the program is based on neuroscience. What data is available, and what can you explain a little bit what it means? Yes. So when I explained about the secret sauce, I told you that the program is based on neuroscience, and I guess this is also a very important thing, that Search Inside Yourself has so much acceptance within organizations, because we can exactly show what are findings of neuroscience and the link between what we do. So the really good thing is that I would say since almost 10 years, research on mindfulness has kind of exploded, so exponentially. We have a lot of research that is done by now, due to the fact, that we now have the MRI, the brain scanner, you know that, where we can see, are there any functional changes during the brain when we do mindfulness exercises? And are there even maybe changes in the structure of the brain when we do exercises? And yes, we can say this. We can say this now. And the buzzword there is neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity. And this means that the recent findings show that our brain is able to develop until to our old age. And before, the idea was, that our brain develops until maybe we are 25, and then it kind of deteriorates until we die. And this is not the case. And we have good evidence for the fact that by doing mindfulness exercises, we kind of create new pathways in our brain that kind of allows us to build up new habits of reacting, new habits of thinking, new habits of dealing with other people. And we will be more than happy to introduce you to many of these findings on the first day of the workshop. Yeah, maybe just so far. So roughly, it says that all the centers of our brain that are important for emotional intelligence, for stress management, for emotion regulation, that we can actually influence these parts of our brain, even all parts of our brain. But we have to try and practice. And it's like if you want to work out and you go to a gym, you need to build up a regular practice, and this is what our brain needs. And we can show that also after 8 weeks, already after 8 weeks of training, you can see these effects in your brain. Yeah, maybe just so far before I go into all these research. Yeah. So we also have to say that neuroscience is still a very new branch of medicine, and we have to be careful with the results, but they raise a lot of hope. They raise a lot of hope. Yes, especially also about the capacity of mindfulness in relationship with stress management. So these data, they are really quite valid now and replicated, so quite sound. Yes. Okay, what else do I have? Okay, a very down-to-earth question, but very important. do you provide food and beverage throughout the 2 days, or do we have to bring our lunch box or care for it ourselves? So good news here, everything is taken care of. So we have a coffee reception when you come. We have lunch for you. And we were talking with some caterers, and we made sure that we have healthy food there, and food you can really enjoy. And I guess when you register for the course, you can also tell us if you have some problems with some ingredients, so that we also can take care of that, or if you are vegetarian or vegan, so we can take care of it. Yes. And some of you also want to know if we have preferred hotels when you come from outside. And yes, we have. We have an agreement with, I see here, with Hotel Engimathof. This is around the corner of the city, Papiersaal. And the information can also be found on Eventbrite. So we have special rates with them that you can profit from. Okay. Let me see if I find something else. Science. I guess that's almost it. Back, we covered that one. Covered the scholarship. Preparation, we covered that one. Okay, so I would say last chance to type your questions in the chat box. Maybe if there were some new questions that came up, just type them down now. Yeah, okay, there came some question. What do the tickets cost at the moment? Yes, and so the answer is we still have the early bird tickets available. That's the good news. Until May 15, we will have a slight raise in the pricing after that. So, and the early bird ticket at the moment is Swiss francs 1,095. 1,095. So if you register before or until May 15, then you can go with this price. Yeah, we have also special rates if you belong to a company. If you bring 4 other people, then just talk to us, and we can also give you some reduction. I'm not informed exactly about this, but then we will take this up to you. Okay, good. Yeah, then I think we're done. We're done for today. Yeah, for the ones who couldn't join, of course, we will make this broadcast available. We will send it around. If any questions pop up afterwards, we are happy to answer them. Just write to us on our website, for example, or on our Facebook page, and then we come back to you. Yeah. Okay, maybe last question from Linda. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't attend the Zurich event in June. Do you know when the next one will be?" Yes, we are planning. There are more to come. We have one with course language German. We're just busy organizing it. That would be end of November. So maybe November 23 or 24, but we did not confirm it yet. But these are our plans. And then there are others to come next year in around March, so we can do that. So, and this is in English, and the one in November is in German. Yeah. Okay. Good. I guess then that's it. And we close for now. I hope you got all the information you need. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see you all in the city Papierhalle, Papiersaal. I guess it's also a great location. Maybe you know them already. It's really great to be there, and it will be a perfect fit um, for our objectives. Yes. Okay, so let me wish you a nice evening. It was nice talking to you and answer your questions. Yeah, have a mindful evening, and yeah, maybe see you soon in the city. Would be great. Okay, thank you very much, and have nice evenings. Okay, I